I'm going to play the Type 62 today because it's one of my favorite credit earners in World of Tanks. It's not very good at making credits, but it's the most fun of all the premium tanks I've owned, and no one talks about this thing anymore. I think it's going to go on sale for Advent. If it hasn't already, it's definitely going to. And I know last year when this thing went on sale, I picked it up. It was like probably $80 or so, and it's absolutely worth it. So for this one, we're on the map Cliff. Now, the Type 62 is one of the last true scouts left, but because it's Chinese, it actually is really good at using its gun. And so on a map like Cliff, you know, like, how do you scout on this map? If you could scout the one line, doing that successfully would always win you the game, because then something happens on the one line. But, you know, on a map like this, it doesn't really work. You're not fast enough to take the hill. And so what I like to do is I like to try to teleport up to E5, and from there we'll go for early shots. Alright, so we're basically here. Now, I have to watch out because there's 3 arty, and I think when there's 3 arty, instead of going wide like I normally would, I'm going to see what I can do from this bush. I normally don't make this play. I think it's really aggressive and not the greatest. However, you know, because people will just be aggressive and catch you off guard. However, this seems to be working very well, because we have shots on people like the T-43, and there's no way we're going to get hit by our famous last words. You know what I mean. I'm probably not going to get hit by Artie right here. So, spot the T-43. Their T-71 took the hill, and that's why, you know, the T-71 could have poked here and I would have taken damage, but luckily I didn't. And here I'm going to do one more poke. This is definitely way more aggressive than I should be playing. But you can see I spot the IS. He's probably not going to spot me if I shoot at him from here. Hello? Where is he? Interesting. Okay, so IS is coming back. This is weird. At this point in time, what the fuck is my team doing? Alright, that's not going to work. We're going to go play the one line in our light tank because everyone here can't be trusted. This is so stupid. Okay, we'll drop down. I think this is probably the worst way to drop down when there's a safe ramp to the side, but hey. Yeah, that was not good. However, we can go snipe on the 2 line, and I think that's probably better than trusting. Like, why do 5 TDs go to the same square and think that's a good idea? There's 3 already. Like, all it takes is for 1 light to get up here and they're all dead. Okay, this guy's found the TDs. Great job to him. He's after... you know what's probably happened? There's probably a tank destroyer in this bush, and so I have to be careful about that. And you can see the 45 is being very careful from that angle too. And so, I don't know how to play this line. However, it should be better than relying on these lunges. Okay, so from here, I'm actually not in a bad position to try to spot the low. I think what will happen is the bush will block me, but if, you know, the Renegade spots him or something, I'll have shots, and that's basically, you know, what this vehicle's designed to do if it's using its gun. It's a support vehicle. So, get shots into him. We're up to 600 damage. So, a couple things to note about the Type 62. If you decide to get one, doing 1500 damage per game, which is my average, is actually really, like, easy. You just have to make sure you don't die. Like, just like kind of sit in a position like this, look for shots, and then if you don't get shot, it's really easy because at the end of the game, you're the perfect arty hunter. Like, you're really good at circling TDs. And if you start off the game with 700 damage or whatever before the end portion of the game, you're going to get a lot just by surviving. The DPM is so high and you can flank. Like, it's a really good tank for end game damage. So, focus on living, and you know, the damage will come later. Alright, so we're going to cut out this entire portion. Basically, the TDs have done nothing. They've left K5, which is, I guess that's something technically. However, this game doesn't look good. It looks like we're going to have to do a lot if we're going to win this one. So I'm going to change angle. I think this 45's dead to TDs if he poked. Don't know if he did. Basically, from my perspective, I want to see what we can do on the one line, because I think I can get a lot of spotting damage by playing that, and I don't really think there's anyone in this bush. So I can push up like so. We'll see what we find. And the problem with the way this flank is designed is there's no cover here. So if there was cover here, it'd be very easy for me to just push in and spot their SU and shit. But the problem is there's none, and so for me to like try to spot them, I have to be like this. And this is not one of the better plays. So I'm using my Sixth Sense to see if there's a TD here. It doesn't look like there is. It seems like there's someone in A2. Probably Artie, not gonna lie. And this is where this gets really risky. So we're spotting this line. And eventually, if I get lit, this is gonna start shooting at me. Because there's always TDs at A5. And I'm going to see if I can proxy spot people here. Okay, this is clear. Good. So now we're up all the way through this flank. And I would kind of be surprised if there's no TD here. There you go. Okay, that's a lot of TDs. So I'm going to get a shitload of spotting damage very quickly. Nothing on the Super Hellcat. This... Okay. Why is the SU back there? That's a good question. We will never know. Okay, and we're going to get safe. So this is really high risk, low reward in my opinion. However, there's nothing better for me to do. And I think at this point I would expect every single RD player and their moms to be camping me. So SU gets shot. I'm not getting any of the assist. Incredible. That's exactly what I wanted from this. And I'm going to push up. RD fired. Great. Now we're going to see if we can spot the SU who's basically in these bushes here. There you go. There he is. And hopefully we get the spotting damage for him. Dude, I've never pushed this side of the map because it's fucking bad. But how is this SU not dead? We have 3 clickers. I have to wait for the 45 to get spotted. I think it's not worth... What happens is if he gets shot, if he shoots me, Artie will just 100% kill me. It's very likely... Oh, he's falling back. Okay, so I saw something break. Gonna put a shot into him. That's good. That's exactly what we needed. So if he puts a shot into me, all 3 of their arty will just have no trouble killing me whatsoever. So it's definitely worth it. I'm getting no spotting damage. 23 spotting damage for these plays, man. What the hell? God damn it. What I'm going to have to do is try to get damage, right? Because I want to do well in this tank. And that's a Lorraine. See if I can get safe. Okay, I wanted to kill the arty. There's probably no arty in here. At least I wouldn't expect it. I would expect the arties to be... There's only an E25 left. There's his ass. Let's take these shots. Look at this fucking aim time, though. This is very Chinese, as you can tell. Yeah, see, I'm just gonna get killed by arty, I think. Okay, now I get all the spotting. Incredible. That's 1300 spotting damage. We pushed the 1 line in the Type 62. God damn, that resulted in... I don't know if it was our fault that we won, but we did 3k combined. That's pretty good. Let's go play another. So basically what I demonstrated last game is how versatile, you know, the Type 62 is. You have the gun. You can see I did 1500 damage, and you also have the capacity to kind of sneak up to places and push. Now, the reason the vehicle can do that is because it's so nimble. Like, World of Tanks... Like on a map like Cliff, you're not going to do much bush passive scouting. But what you can do is you can get up to buildings, spot people, and then just pull behind cover. And that's the play that I made on the 1 line, and that's why that worked. Now, on a map like this, there's definitely more options for passive scouting. You can see they've got like 7 TDs. And so if you're in a Type 62 or any Chinese light, like what you'd have to do is you'd go to a bush like this if you wanted to scout. Now, the problem is they've got 3 lights. So just... offhand, they're not going to like scouting in the mid is suicide. One of their lights is going to go there. You're going to get lit, and you're going to get lit for 7 TDs on the enemy team. So for me, what I think is probably the better play is to start off in the mid, because I want to scout. You know, I think that's a great idea, and I want to see if any of their lights go mid, and I'm just going to camp them, basically. And if nothing goes, we can try to use our camo. It's going to be really risky, but you know, basically I'm just going to stop on the corner and camp this trench and see if we can shoot anything coming in, and then if there's nothing there, we'll just push forwards, you know. So I was gonna come right here. There you go. This is why I wasn't trying to scout. Put a shot into this guy, and so because he's getting safe, that's really good for me because it means he can't clip me out. But if he started to YOLO me, I would, like, you see, it's exactly what I would expect here. So I can hold this angle, get an early shot. Already there's 1 of them, so definitely would be aware of that. See, so I've put 2 free shots into this guy, and running away and forcing him into my team is the right thing to do here, and I'm very lucky not to get shot by TDs just now. So this guy really wants me, god damn. Okay, he's gonna come around this corner at full speed. We'll go for the track right there. So tracking him bought me time, and you can see this poor guy. Oh boy. Now he's getting YOLO'd by the T-71. Alright, so I'm checking the map. I'm not going to get hit by TDs in C2 because they can't render me, right? And I can camp this guy by sitting in the open. No, what is he doing? He's diving onto the T-71. Okay, so I'm going to join the T-71 and try to help him out. My main thing here is I want to clear out the mid so that I can spot their plethora of TDs. So here we are. EBR doesn't really know what he's doing. Okay. The T-71's pushing in, so I would never push around this corner myself, but if the T-71's doing it and gonna take the hits, I'm okay with that. And then from here, to me, it looks like we could... Oh, fuck. That's not good. Okay, I hope the EBR dies. What I need to do is I need to spot these guys, and I can actually get into a flanking position. So this Karn, if he notices it, is in a perfect flanking position. However, That's a major if. You see, he's not aware that he's got a Super Hellcat to his side. So what I have to do is I'm going to engage the Renegade and the Super Hellcat, and I want to try to, you know, see if I can just put side shots into them and keep them lit for my team. So first things first, we're going to focus the Super Hellcat. I want the Renegade alone, because then I can circle him or something if I had to. It makes it a lot easier to engage one tank than two. And here we are. We're just going to assume the Renegade isn't prepared. Here's the Super Hellcat. He's not prepared either. Put a shot to him. And so you can see I took the risk. The Renegade didn't put a shot for 500 into me, but that's fine. And now I have to ignore the Renegade and kind of focus on this angle right here, because that's going to become a major pain in the ass. Now, there's no one to my left. We've got that covered by a Mauerbrecher, however the hell you pronounce that thing. And I think what I'll do, this is really obnoxious of me, not gonna lie, but it'll give me shots in this Scorpion who's definitely not expecting it. So I'm gonna put a shot into him, good. He fired, so I'm gonna beat his reload, and they're pushing through the north. So I've got one shot right here, and from here, because I've been so aggressive, I have side shots on the Super Pershing. So if I was the Scorpion, I think I would push me, but I'm okay. We're gonna focus down Super P, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Holy shit, that was such a good play. Dude, that was incredible. I can't believe that worked. Okay, so from here, what's my team doing? We got a good shots into the Super Pershing. We need him lower HP if we actually want to win this, and they're pushed up to here. So how do we turn this into a win? I low-key want to spot these guys. It looks like our T-28's a bot, and so even though the T-28's a bot, he can be useful if he sees them. Dude, I'm hoping a bot can shoot who I light and distract. Jesus Christ. Okay, Karn's not doing anything. This Scorpion, if I was him, I'd be up here, trying to help out the Super P. So I'm gonna not push. Like, you could... Incredible, that timing. Alright, so it's lucky the Super P didn't hit me in the rear and set me on fire. That happens all the time in this vehicle. What I'm noticing is they're pushing in. So, gonna use the same idea with the Crossfire, and try to set it up with the 252. The problem is, as I'm here, I might get shot by people to my right, and you can see our entire team's left that open. So their team could be up here. That's very realistic to expect that. So, alright, this guy's now a one-shot. Oh, fuck. That's heat. That didn't pen this guy. I'm gonna reload first, but it's not worth fighting the SU. So I've given up some damage fighting that SU 100M1, but I don't think, like, I want to stick around here. I want to try... When I look at the map, I don't see anything as a light tank driver that I can do safely, to be honest. And so that's a problem. Now, they could be coming up the mid, so there's nothing there. I just checked that. I wanted to be sure that it was safe. From my perspective, we've lost the city. Like, obviously, we've lost the city. You don't have to be Erwin Rommel to figure that out. However, I don't think we can push the one line either. You know, like, if you're in this context, you don't want the enemy Hellcat sitting at C3 or whatever and shooting you as you try to defend the other flank. Like, you'd want to push this side of the map. And so what I could do is, and this is what I used to do, you know, before, I've been starting to not do this, is I could YOLO that 416 and push up to F1. And in my experience, that's a really good way to, like, completely neglect the south. Our whole team's doing this, though. Okay, I'm taking a bit of a gamble. I'm doing a play that normally doesn't work for me, and I used to, like, strategically, I used to do this all the time, and I used to think it was the right play. In this context, I don't think it's bad, because I don't want this Super Hellcat shooting my teammates in the side, and if I've got teammates with me, I'm not going to get YOLO'd and die. So, what I can do is, this guy might not have Sixth Sense. We'll see. Yeah, he does. I don't know what he has. He's either got Sixth Sense or doesn't. I don't know. I don't get it. He just sat there, let me put a shot in. That's good. This guy should maybe repoke. And you can see this is the problem. It's like I used to be that MX 1375. However, now we've got two TDs in really campy position, and there's not much that I can do about it. So what I think, the mid looks open. How many TDs? So I need to figure out how many tanks are spotted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's unspotted? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. That's 6, 7. So all their teammates are spotted. Now, if you were the SU, where would you be? You'd be here still. I'm going to circle that Stura Mill and then come up the mid. I think I have time for it. Now, this is where I'd want HE in my vehicle. Ah, fuck. I don't have time. So I'm taking the risk that the Stura Mill's a problem and kills my T-44, but there's 20 seconds left in the game. Like, this needs to happen. Spot the SU. Okay, I need these shots to go in, even if I get shot by the SU. Ah, that was a great play by them to put 2 on cap. I didn't think that was winnable, but still, that was I really enjoyed that. So that should give you some idea of what the Type 62 can do on, you know, maps that aren't necessarily the greatest for the vehicle. I think it's definitely one of the underrepresented tanks in the game, and, you know, we still probably made credits with that. So if you're looking a lot, like one thing I suggest to people who are trying to get good at the game is like pick a tank and play the hell out of it. Now, for me, when I like started the game, it was the T-54. However, I think the Type 62 is one of those tanks that totally could make it work because it's a premium. Like, it's so good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. I hope this video was good and helped you with the Type 62, or maybe it convinced you to get this thing. It's so much fun. Really enjoy this vehicle. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.